probably clip this out, but this is between me and you. If I knew there was 13,000 whack jobs in their little group and all that extent of it, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have put that up on YouTube to begin with. And I've done a bunch of these, but I've never put them on public. But I just, when I went and read about it after the first time, there was so many different states and cities, and every time you call a cop and tell them stuff, I've had them believe me because enough stuff I say lines up, but they still want to put me through all these tests and stuff. It just goes on and on. So I'm like, you know what, I know they do the social media. I'm going to put it up there. Whatever law enforcement wants to see it, they can see it. But I honestly, if I knew that there was 13,000 crazy people out there, I probably wouldn't have. But right now I just feel like, oh, well, I don't like people who murder children. You know, I just don't like. And you know what? It really, what they were giving me was that the majority of this group don't like that either. So it's not that they all think this is okay. Lori,
do you get a sense that it's a small group, or it's this prepper, you know, bizarre, you know, LDS on steroids kind of thing? Or do you think it's just limited to Lori and, you know, her brother and now Chad and all that?
Yeah, I feel like that what their actions they justify to themselves is them. Lori, Alex, Chad murdering Tammy, Lori murdering Charles Vallow, Lori murdering her children. Lori's a bitch. Lori's a fucking sociopath, psychopathic bitch. Okay, I mean, I hate to swear, and I know you know.
No. That's I mean, Joey was here at my house. He spent a week here at my house, Thanksgiving of 2017, and he was gone by April of 2018. I kind of go back and forth. Honestly, I don't think she had, I don't know if you get a sense, but I don't get a sense that she had anything to do with his passing.
Let me ask him for a sec, because sometimes while their energy's still there, they can give me chills. I got chills on the thing that it was like, no, most of these people do not support in any way this kind of activity at all.
Yeah.
This is not what they think it is. And I've got chills all over my legs again. So Lori and her evilness saw an opportunity to make money because she wanted to go have this fantasy life or whatever and be this, like, you know, queen of the doomsday preppers or whatever. But the reality is, I don't even want to insult prepping, because I don't think that almost a single one of them, other than whoever's in this little clique of psychos, but the big group, no, the big group, they want to be prepared, and there's really nothing wrong with that. You know, they might go a little too extreme, but they don't approve of murdering children. And some of them know when they hear this, they'll know where this is, and they could call in anonymously. And the reason I'm reiterating it is because I got chills all over. Something I did wonder myself was if Lori could have had a hand in Joe's death. Obviously, they set up Charles. That was pure out murder. They set that up. I saw it. He showed it to me before I even knew who he was. And he showed me the inside of the house. And he showed me where he fell. And it was all accurate when I looked it up. I only had the kind of firearm wrong. Everything else was accurate. So I know that was him, and they ambushed him. But so let's see what Joe, because I did wonder myself too about Joe. Like if she could have poisoned him. I'm not getting energy on that.
And that's the thing that you know, when people talk about that, because he would have never let her in his apartment, and he certainly wouldn't have let her brother Alex Cox in. I mean, Alex went to jail for assaulting him, so I just don't think that he would have let her get that close. Yeah,
let me ask him a minute. Well, because if he'll give me chills to emphasize what you're saying is correct. Like I'm getting like little waves of chills, but I want to let's ask him a minute, and then we'll just be silent for a minute, and I'll tell you if I get any energy about, because we're just wondering to him if Lori had any hand in his death other than stress for years and years. barreling him with constant fighting or something. But let's if Lori directly contributed to your death in the way of murder. I do have spirit energy, but I don't have chills. So she could have been praying for him to die or something like that.
I think essentially it's something that happened, and we have a history of heart disease in the family. His father passed away of a heart attack.
Spirit stuff is real, and they were getting really delusional. Chad and those guys. I've seen these kind of things before where people open up and then they start thinking everything they get is from the divine or whatever, and it's not. Mm-hmm. And the ones that are not to the highest good can also be also charismatic and intelligent, and so it's like they diluted. But with Lori, it feels like more different. It feels more like manipulation.
Oh yeah, she was.
Oh, I got chills.
She's vindictive.
Yeah, it's
vindictive.
It's manipulation. It's now wanting to be free of Charles and do all this and wanting this $1 million thing. It's all about that for her, and it's more of a twisting. So the general media is like, oh my God, these scary nut doomsday preppers or whatever. It's not that. It's more like her and manipulating, and Chad manipulating everything, and this crazy Alex who clearly, like, I actually started to tap in with him a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't even have him come anywhere near me. Even just the presence of his energy, even not even connected to me, was so ominous that I just was like, no, forget it, because I don't know what kind of lingering effects it would have. So he's horrible, crazy nutcase, wacko. He enjoys killing. He enjoys it. He actually enjoys it. And with Lori, that feeling I had with her was like I said in that other one, where somebody's weakness, it's almost like because she doesn't really feel the way other people feel, it would be a smirky feeling, like, their weakness is her disdain for them, or and so you have the both of them feeding each other, all of them feeding each other. By not all of them, I don't mean all these 13,000 people. I mean all these, Alex, Chad, Lori, and if there was any more, I'm not sure. Right now, because
there's the sister-in-law Melanie.
Oh yeah, all of that. I mean, this is the most craziest thing ever. But them working each other up with Lori, and the other time too, it felt like Lori was as much a mastermind or more than even Chad and Daybell, as far as it felt like Chad murdered his wife, no problem, and justified it to himself. It didn't feel like it was Lori telling Chad to murder his wife, but it felt like Lori setting this whole thing up about murdering Charles Vallow. That felt all like Lori for the money. And so they showed me, this is really weird too, and they showed it to me, and I hadn't thought about it in years, that in 1991 my brother was murdered, and the woman thought there was a $500,000 life insurance, and it was just along those lines. And when I was tapping in with them before, the spirits, like, I literally hadn't thought about, I've put that out of my mind, not my brother, but what happened. But they put it back into the mind the same way that spirits communicate of that. And so that's why I knew, even on those first tapes, that it wasn't the cult doing this. It was, this ambush for the money thing. And so, let's see. Was there any other questions we want to try to see about?
No, I think that's good. I don't want to take up any more of your time.
Yeah, and you know what? The spirits always stop it. It's like when I do the mediumship, I have no sense of time at all, and they always stop it right around 90 minutes. So, but if more comes out and they need more clues and stuff, we could do this again. And
okay.
hopefully, I'm hoping that some of the other family members of these other victims will do it, because I would really like to give them all a chance to speak. All these people that she's destroyed.
Well, yeah, and especially since, like, late, you know, because I watched your first YouTube, and you know, and you had talked about, like, Charles Vallow, and you were getting black and white, and then, you know, in the room, in Tylee's room, there was the black and white stripes and stuff, and the tile and all that.
And that's where he fell too. Like, I was confused in that very first one. And then it's like that's where he got shot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there's nothing, you know, and so far as JJ, and it's like it's not. It's like where, and because there's a gap between when Tylee was last seen and JJ, there's, you know, almost a 3-week gap in between the two of them.
Yeah,
you know,
and I'm getting chills on my legs about that. So what we're wondering is if they were murdered separately. And I am having a rise on my legs about that. I'm having chills on my legs about that they were, whatever happened to them was 2 separate times. And I was getting that at the beginning too, but I didn't understand it then. I'm saying, I'm wondering if this happened at, you know, the next day or something, because it's separate. And I have now my whole my whole legs are chills. So I think it's safe to assume that they were that whatever happened to them happened at separate times. So. Yeah,
and it happened to Tylee first, and then a couple of weeks later, it was JJ's turn. Maybe she couldn't handle, you know, dealing with an autistic child, and I don't know. You know,
and she was mad about the life insurance money thing and stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
And so that was just retaliation, and the thing about her, there's something coming I'm supposed to say about Tylee. Yeah, that's what it is, Tylee. So I have felt the presence of Tylee. I felt the presence of Charles Vallow. I actually invited Tammy one night, and surprisingly, and she came and she gave me information, and those messages for her children were intense. Like, I had the most chills from the top of my skull, my arms, my legs on Tammy, and where she was saying that type of medicine. Like, I hope the coroner somewhere gets that, because it's probably rare. Yeah. And if someone could write them a letter, would be good. But okay, so there's something else. Oh, I felt the presence of all these people, but I have not felt the presence of JJ, and I don't know if that's because he's such a young child that the spirits, like, if people need healing when they go on the other side too. So if someone dies a traumatic death like that, they're going to need all these, like, the light beings, the angels or spirit beings, the love. That it could be that he's in a healing thing, or it could be that they feel he's, like, too mature of a child spirit, or you know what I mean? It could be something like that. It feels like, because I feel like I have energy, and so that just feels like why I haven't. But Charles, like, if anyone from Charles Vallow's family is willing to do this, we could have him really try to follow with JJ. But I tell you, twice he came with Tylee. So I know that these men who were in spirit first were following along, and I know that they can. Yeah.
Okay. Now you said something about sending me a copy or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
That,
do you want me to?
If it's not too much trouble.
No, I will. And plus that way, if you're talking to law enforcement, you can send it. You can forward it to them. I'll send it to you on Dropalink or whatever. And when we hang up, will you text me your email? Because if you tell me now, it's
fine.
Really weird. It's an adjustment period when I come out of this. So just text it to me, and I will send it to you. And this, I want to tell you, thank you so much for having the courage to do this. I know that people. I've done a lot of these, and a lot of times when someone's missing and then they decline to do it, it's because they tell me afterwards that they were afraid. So it takes courage to even do what you just did right now. It really does. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Yeah. It's my pleasure. I hate people who commit murder. My own daughter was murdered. I don't know if you know that, but
Yeah, you mentioned that to me. You've had a lot of sadness and heartache in your family too.
I know, I feel like crying. I don't want to cry. But yeah, no, if I can help in any way to hold somebody responsible for murdering a child, then I'm really glad to do so. Then I want to do so.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And send me your email. Send me your email as soon as
I
we
will.
hang up.
I'll do that right now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Take care.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Bye.